Hi everyone, I hope all of you are doing good and thanks for visiting our channel. If you came to our channel for the first time, click on subscribe button. In this video, I'm going to tell about recently I attended communication skills related training and there is one concept I liked and I want to explain the concept based on our SAP consultant experience, the real-time incidents, maybe some 3 incidents I will take it. The concept is about rotating chair concept. So it is like rotating chair. Okay, so what is this rotating chair concept? Always like a person, when you are seeing respect to a perspective, like opposite person perspective also we need to consider. So for example, we generally see this one as a best example. A person is sitting here and a person is seeing from here. Okay, for him it looks like a 6 and for him it looks like 9. This is the best example generally we discuss when we talk about understand the opposite person's perspective and behave accordingly. So we need to putting ourselves in the other people point of view can give us more clarity on their intention or goals to achieve. This helps us to a win-win situation. So the situation will become a win-win situation when you follow this kind of a thing. Let me give some 3 examples. The first thing, you are giving key user training. So when we give key user training, we might have 5 years experience or 10 years or 2 3 years or 4 years. So we know the transaction very well, or if it is a Fury app or a GUI transaction, how to create a purchase order. You know very well how many header, item overview. When it comes to item details, you can see that purchase order history. You are very familiar. But when you teach to the person, you have to think he's seeing SAP screens for the first time and he doesn't know about how does SAP screen look like, what is the header, what is item, what kind of data will be available in the header, what kind of data will be available in the item. So when you train them, you have to step into their shoe, like you have to think that he doesn't know anything. I have to explain slowly, clearly, carefully. That's why if you have very good knowledge or if you have expert in the respective subject, it doesn't give that guarantee that you can teach a person who doesn't know SAP. So we have to think about their standard. We need to explain that level. So yeah, this is the purchase order. So generally when you create a purchase order, one currency you will have the entire one. So that details are available in the header, and you can create one PO for one company code only. So the company code is at the header, and purchase group, one purchase group who is responsible is creating the PO. So the purchase group is also header. So you may create multiple materials in a one purchase order so that you will see the multiple items. You can give 50 items or 20 items. Each item can have its own price, own storage location. Like that we have to train. So this kind of experience, this rotating chair concepts will definitely helpful when you deal key users who are very new to SAP, and while training we need to explain in that way, although we have 10 years experience or 5 years experience. Patience and understanding their situation, their skill. Few key users might have SAP experience already in 2 3 projects they would have worked, so you can deal in different way. Okay, so that we should know about audience, and based on them we have to plan. The second thing, like KT2 KT or yeah, KT2 your associate or junior consultants, junior or other consultants, so whom you are giving the KT. Okay, what is their experience? whether they able to catch your KT. You have to explain the concept. So based on the audience, we need to plan our KT sessions. So if they're completely juniors are there, how to train them, check with them what is your experience, how much experience you have. So based on that, we need to plan. Okay, we cannot go in a way with our experience, with our command. So this will be helpful for us. And third one, working with ABAP. ABAP for developments. So when you work for working with ABAP for developments, few ABAPers will have very good functional knowledge because of their experience, or few would have worked more about finance objects or sales objects, but first time he's coming to MM. So we need to understand what is their experience, and according to that we have to plan, and you have to explain about the functional specification. At least explain that you are working on the purchase order interface to third party system, and this is the standard API we are using, but we wanted to make certain changes. So what is the purchase order exactly, and what kind of things happening in the purchase order, what information we are sending. We have to give some overview. If he knows that yes, Ganesh, I know about purchase order, I already worked on purchase order, I can understand this information. Let me explain me about the actual requirement, what to do, what changes, why do you want to add new fields. So that level it can go. So based on the audience, you have to definitely plan it when you work with a BAP. So based on their experience and all, it will be more helpful. So, and fourth one, I want to conclude handling support issues with either local IT team or key user, rarely end user also. So when you work with them, again the similar case what I explained in the point 1. So what is their skill, what level they can understand, you have to explain and fix issue accordingly and provide the solution. You can look, I think you know about that one. You know how to create a PO, or don't you know about what data is flowing also, how are you working. So communication is very important when you're working in the support issues. It should not be like some humiliation, or it should not be degrade someone. Okay, so this is sensitive, because sometimes you talk very well, but sometimes you are in the tension, so they are asking the poking the similar questions, small questions again and again. It happens 10 to 20 percentage, 5 percentage voice modulation can be changed, but you should not go beyond that, and using some rash words, harsh words or something, you should avoid it. And we need to understand he's a user. Okay, he knows that level only, he doesn't think beyond that. Okay, sometimes the users create urgent ticket or P2 ticket they will create, but it's not that urgent. So P1, anyway, P1 has a very generally it will have a lot of controls to create a P1 ticket, but P2 tickets are generally created without much urgent, or sometimes it's urgent but they create P4 priority 4, but they will ask you, Ganesh, can you complete by evening, can you complete in 2 hours, it's very urgent. If it is very urgent, why don't you create P2, so that the consultant will prioritize, right? So we need to educate, that's a part of overall education, but sometimes the issues may happen, so we need to tell them. And we should try to control our emotions, try to control our anger management and all, it helps a lot. Okay, 5 to 10% is, like I mentioned, that it can happen when you're working on multiple things. They're pinging without tickets, a few users will ping you asking some information. If you ask ticket, oh, only for this question also I have to create a ticket. So these kind of things also can happen. Okay, so you need to understand their knowledge level, their situation. Okay, and sometimes what happened, Ganesh, I'm not able to do GR, it is giving some error, can you help urgently. He might reach you at 9 p.m. or 9:30 p.m. It's situation like, why can't you wait till tomorrow morning? okay, or something you may get it, okay, anger or some kind of a thing can happen. But we need to understand his situation because he has to finish the GR at 9 p.m. or 9:30 p.m. or before 10 p.m. because at 11 p.m. he has to send the goods. The sales plan is at the 11 p.m. He has to send the goods that day itself, or it is related to something month end closing, or it is related to the urgency. We need to understand first, and according to that you can prioritize. Is it that urgent? Can you do? You have to do now itself. Yes, Ganesh, the truck is waiting. They cannot hold. If you keep the truck completely night time, we need to pay some additional charges. Can you help? Or I think Ganesh, okay, because anyway the truck driver already left. They will leave tomorrow, but you should complete before 9 a.m. Like that. That commitment. So we need to understand that urgency. Talk to the user, or talk to the key user, whoever raised the ticket or something, and talk to understand it whether the truck is waiting or they have a night shipment to the customer. They are depending on this stock only. Without doing GR, they cannot create outbound delivery. They cannot do the issue. So if there is any dependency or any urgency, based on that you need to plan. So we need to step into their things. That's what rotating chair concept. We have to think, okay, if I'm in that position, what kind of pressure I will have. Today night we have to send the shipment, otherwise the customer will escalate, a customer complaint will come, or else we committed to send today night itself because tomorrow the material is required for them for a production. So we need to understand that urgency and add it. If the user created priority 4 but are saying urgent, we have to educate them. So this is okay, this time I'm doing that one, but next time onwards if it is urgent, please create P2, because we work on 20 or 30 tickets, so I need to prioritize based on the priority. P4 means, what does it mean? We can complete in 10 days, so I can give a priority. I will just acknowledge you that I received the ticket, I will work on that, I will respond you in 2-3 days because it's a P4. P3 I will accordingly because I have 7 days or 8 days. So we need to educate them. So we have to understand their knowledge level. No, Ganesh, I don't know what is this P1, P2. I joined newly. I didn't get a proper KT and all. So that also can happen. Or else I know, but we have a requirement that we should not create more than 5 P2. That's why I created P4. Please help. So these all things can happen. Lot of managing and understanding the situation will be required. So I think this rotating chair concepts will definitely helpful. I have given the 4 key things. There are many examples like new project manager who doesn't know SAP, suddenly came from Oracle or some other Java, but he has to manage the team. He will definitely depend on the senior consultants who have good knowledge about SAP and the overall project process. Definitely they will depend on you. So how to support and how to help. So if the 3-4 already SAP implementations he has done and he came as a project manager, his level of knowledge will be different. So everyone we cannot treat in the same way. So we have to understand the opposite person. That's why the managing, people management and leadership and all, it will be even more complicated because we have to study each person. Okay, if you are a technical person or if you're a solution architect, you can 90% you can focus on study the issue, study requirement and give the solution. 10, 15, 20% you need people management, as you are a team player, maybe a lead to a small team, or you have to work with the key users, you have to work with the business managers, or so we need some 20% of people management, 80% are technical. So like me, so I want to be more into 80 to 85% as technical, and 20-30% as 15 to 20% as people management or interacting should be fine, because I'm more into content creation, solutioning, technical. But if you want to go for a pure management, a project manager, a people manager, you will have 70 to 80%, 60 to 70% of people management, 20 to 30 technical, because we have to understand what he is doing, what he is talking exactly, what is the issue, why are they saying that critical. That level of you need to have certain knowledge, then only you can plan it. So I hope this rotating chair concept will be helpful for us in our regular life, and not only professionally, personally also, when we deal with our friends or when we deal with our family members. So why are they feeling that much? Okay, and when you deal our child also, he is not able to tell maybe 12 table. We learned long back, but for him that's difficult, right? So a lot of things like this is really this rotating chair concept. If we apply in our real life, definitely it will be helpful. I know it's not that easy to apply. It needs a lot of practice. That's why it's the habits we can change in 21 days it will take, but the lifestyle it takes 90 days to make it. As it will take time, we have to practice a lot. I hope in this session you got some knowledge. What I gained, I wanted to share all of you the same way, whether it is SAP or communication skills or Excel, anything, whatever we learned, I hope it will be helpful. And definitely it needs a lot of practice. Although I'm telling about these things in our life, we may apply only 30%, 40%, 50%, but if we make it as a practice, if we make it as a habit, definitely the percentage of utilizing or using this method will be slowly increasing. Thanks again for your time. And if you came to our channel for the first time, subscribe to Ganesh Padala and follow our videos on YouTube, Udemy, and if you are using LinkedIn, I always keep the videos. Thanks for your time. Take care of your health, and thanks again.